Hi, my name is Brian Warmers, and I'm going to be one of your professors teaching this class of NUR451, Management, Leadership, and Professional Issues. Together with Brianna Powell, we'll be teaching you a variety of different things regarding management, leadership, and of course, professional issues. Once you get into your course, you can see the general titles here that you're probably familiar with. Things that you'll commonly use will be coursework, the forums, gradebook to check on your grades, resources, and then, of course, the syllabus and welcome. And today I'm going to focus in on the syllabus and welcome portion of this. If you click on this tab, it will open up a new syllabus. And here it is. So you can see that it's for this class in an online format. You can see contact information for both of your instructors for this course. You can see the course description right below there. And any course prerequisites, we're going to refer you into the School of Nursing Student Resource Book. These are some of the course objectives, so I'll let you go through those and read those on your own, but this is what we expect that you will learn out of this experience. These are the main essentials that we feel that you're going to take away in this course regarding an overview and our accreditation. Required texts, we're going to include the APA book because you do need to write some papers, and this is going to help with that. And then we do have some assignments that require Crytek. Our library at the USF campus will have it if you are able to do that. Otherwise, you can buy it very cheaply online. Otherwise, the third option would be to see if you can find it at a different local library and use it there. So, for this course, it's going to be a variety of different things. This is an asynchronous class, meaning that we don't have specific times that we meet. We are going to encourage you to come onto campus if you can make it for some of our conferences that we'll be having with presentations from key leadership within the nursing community within Sioux Falls. I know that doesn't work for everybody, but you know, as an RN to BSN student, I know you don't always feel welcome into our society, but I'm really trying to open the doors here. If you can make it to any of our presentations, that would be great. We would love to have you on campus. So content is going to be varied in the way that you're going to receive it. Some of it's going to be reading assignments, some of it's going to be presentations, some of it's going to be presentations from you to your classmates. So it's going to vary, and it should keep your attention throughout the course. We do expect you to be able to use your computers. Here are some of the minimum skills to succeed in this class. If you are deficient in these, feel free to brush up on them or contact people that can help you out, such as IT. Etiquette, just be nice. We're doing lots of forum postings, and this is just a basic guideline to be respectful to others. Credit hour policy, this is a diverse modality class, and so this is an online class, and it's going to be taught in a variety of different manners. We have had teaching within this to make it an effective approach. Evaluations, here's probably one of the key parts that you want to know about. Your final exam, which is comprehensive over the whole term, is 35%. This is the only the only test that you will have during this class, but it does count for 35% of your grade. There will be class participation throughout the whole course, and that is 5% of your grade. There are 1-minute commercials that we'll talk about here in a little bit. That will be worth 5% of your grade. There will be an online discussions throughout the course, which will be 15%. There's a change project and paper that is due for 10%. The portfolio that you'll need to complete is 10%. There's a culture of service for learning that is a pass-fail basis. There is health-related political experiences that you'll need to attend, and that's 10%. And then there's clinical leadership experience paper, which is a paper worth 10%. Grading scales are traditional nursing grading scale of the 90, 80, 70, 60. You do need at least a B- to pass into an advance within the nursing program. And these are our progression policies within that nursing program. Academic honesty, please don't lie. Please be forthright with your information. Please don't copy other people's work. The real goal here is not to turn in a paper to get an A. It's for you to have a background and to gain knowledge that you can use later on in your career. If you're stealing somebody else's work, it doesn't happen. Compliance with Americans with Disability Act. You guys can read this here. If you have any questions about it, please call the Learning Accessibility Services at this number or email them, and they'll be happy to help you out with that. At the end of the course, there will be a program assessment, and we always look for feedback. We always look for ways to improve this course. So as you go along, please think about things that you've really liked, that you've enjoyed, things that we need to keep in this program, as well as anything that you'd make revisions to. Culture for service for learning. So we believe in doing things for other people, and then that separates us out, and I think it makes it special within our region. But you can read about some of that here. And then copyright information, please don't plagiarize. And then status of the syllabus, just know that this can change. If it does, we will let you know of it. I'm not expecting anything, but such as the nature of change, as we'll talk about in this course, things can happen, and then we've got to roll and manage it as it does. So course outline and schedule. So on the left-hand side, you're going to have your dates, and the date ranges from when this week is, our major topics, and then any assignments that are required of you on this side. You are going to see that there is an SDNA Nurses Day at the Legislature. You are more than welcome to attend. But regardless of whether you're going on this one or not, you do need to attend a health-related political event. This needs to be in regards to your nursing, and it does need to be a political event. This is going to be a substantial time frame that you have to do. The details of this, I believe, have been emailed out to you prior and are on the assignment. But with this, you will have to take a form to that event, have it signed, fill it out, and then you have to do personal postings on this one. Please be aware that this isn't due until April. You can do this early. If you're coming on this bus on the first day, by all means, you can hammer it out and get it done quickly. But there is a window here for those people that are unable to go on this ride with us and go to Nurses Day on the Hill. But you still will need to do a personal posting due on this date, and then 2 responses due, of course, on this date. Week 2, we'll have a CV. We are expecting a CV out of you. Resumes are generally great for people that haven't had much work experience. As an RN to BSN student, we feel that you guys are above that and need to advance to the next stage, which is the CV. There are some online references for you with this. Please feel free to look through that. And then what we want you to do is to make a CV or update it. And then you're going to email it to the Academic Success Center no later than 2/18. They are going to review it, and they'll kick it back out to you with revisions and recommendations, and they will let us know about who got their assignment to them on time. If you got the assignment emailed in, then we will just give you points for that assignment. When we talk about leadership styles, we want you to go and take a test online in regards to this and see what kind of leadership style you have. And then you have to make a posting on this. 1 initial and then 2 responses. Week 3, we're going to talk about conflict and ways to deal with that conflict. There's conflict all around. And so this is where that Crytek book comes into play. There are postings due for this. And then there's also going to be a CUSIN competency assignment right here, as we discuss CUSIN later on that week. We did talk about that there is going to be a guest speaker on this date on campus. You're welcome to attend. She's going to talk about about being an LPN nurse and scope and standards of practice for that. Please feel welcome. We are going to see if we can record her lecture and then subsequently post it online if you are unable to attend. But we are currently asking all these presenters if that would be all right. During week 4, you're going to have QI versus EBP. So we've got readings that are assigned, and then of course you're going to have a posting. Week 5, we're going to talk about change theories, as well as we're going to talk about your big change paper that is due. That will be coming up. And then organizational structures. So there are readings for this week. Please do those. And then there are specific questions to these readings that I want you to answer on a Word document and then subsequently upload that Word document onto the LMS so we can review it. There are also postings for this week on organizational structure, with the format of one initial posting and then 2 subsequent postings. This week there's no spring break, no classes, so you can relax a little bit, spend it with family, friends, and just relax a little bit. Week 7, we are going to have another guest speaker talking about budgeting and staffing. So this week we will also be talking about staffing and time management. There are some readings, of course, that are assigned. There will be an assignment called The Impact of Staffing that is due on this date. You will have to do a 1-minute commercial, and the 1-minute commercial will talk to you a little bit more in detail, but you can look online and see that. Basically, it is a persuasive lecture, if you want, or a debate, but you have to have some aspect of nursing, and you have to be persuasive, and the big thing is it's got to be under 1 minute, which is really tough. We expect you to make a recording of this and upload it, and then of course respond to other people. This can be anything from why more funding needs to be allocated to influenza, to why people need to wash their hands, to why people should go into nursing, to, maybe why people should go out of nursing. It's a very wide open thing, and you can phrase it as a debate, you can do it as a poem, you can do a song with acoustic guitar. I've seen lots of different presentations on this, and so I don't want to stifle your creativity, but feel free to do this in any manner that you want. It's just got to be under 1 minute. And then here's your change paper. The assignment for the change paper is basically you're taking something that you've seen in practice and using what we're talking about in the previous week, designing the change and how you are going to implement that. And that is a paper that's due on the 25th. This next week we are going to be talking about IT and informatics. So we'll have various articles related to that, and we want you to do a posting on that. The subsequent week we're going to be talking about delegation and prioritization, and of course there's postings in regards and responses with that. Week 10, incidents reporting, and we're also going to be talking about portfolios. Your portfolio, it is going to include such things as a CV, that you've got a LinkedIn profile. Within the assignment, you're going to see some things that we want you to have gathered up. Basically, do screenshots, do uploads of different things within this assignment that's on the LMS, just to prove to us that you've got this information that you could provide into an employer if they requested it. Here's that health-related political event. Once again, you have to have a form during that day to be signed by somebody that's putting that on, and then personal postings related to that. We'll have another speaker this following week. You're welcome to come on campus. We're going to have some readings on professionalism, and you're also expected to do your service learning project. With this, we want you to do a leadership, and within this leadership, as R&B students, you're going to find some director, manager, CNO, somebody in a leadership position that is outside of your work. I don't want you following somebody that you work with closely, because that can get really awkward if that manager or director has to do hiring, firing, corrective actions. So find somebody that's outside of your area that you could shadow, and within the shadowing, there's more details on the assignment in and of itself. But the service learning portion of our course is going to be, you need to give that person a gift. Oftentimes, our directors and our leaders do not get thanks, do not get any sort of recognition for the hard work that they do. With this, I would say that it should probably be something that would be long-lasting. I prefer it to be like a mug or something that they can see and reflect upon and remember that experience. If you just use a gift card, they'll use it once, be done with it, and never think about it again. And I want this to perpetuate thinking about the great experience they had, showing you their role. Then we will have a final exam. This week is off, so you've got time to study for it, and your final exam is here. It is just on one day that's going to be open for you on April 30th. and that's from 5 to 10 o'clock at night. During this final exam, it will be open book, open notes, but I strongly recommend that you guys study for this prior to, because if you don't, it is a longer exam and you just won't do as well on it. All right, well, this is going to wrap this up. This is a brief overview of the course and of the syllabus. If you have questions with this, please reach out to me or to Brianna Powell, and we will be happy to answer those.